everyone else went home, but Jesus walked out to the Mount of Olives. Then early the next morning, he went to the temple. The people came to him, and he sat down and started teaching them. The Pharisees and the teachers of the law of Moses brought to him a woman who had been caught in bed with a man who wasn't her husband. They made her stand in the middle of the crowd. Then they said, "Teacher, this woman was caught sleeping with a man who isn't her husband. The law of Moses teaches that a woman like this should be stoned to death. What do you say?" They asked Jesus this question because they wanted to test him and bring some charge against him. But Jesus simply bent over and started writing on the ground with his finger. They kept on asking Jesus about the woman. Finally, he stood up and said, "If any of you have never sinned, then go ahead and throw the first stone at her." Once again, he bent over and began writing on the ground. The people left one by one, beginning with the oldest. Finally, Jesus and the woman were there alone. Jesus stood up and asked her, "Where is everyone? Isn't there anyone left to accuse you?" "No, sir," the woman answered. Then Jesus told her, "I'm not going to accuse you either. You may go now, but don't sin anymore." Then once again, Jesus spoke to the people. This time he said, "I am the light for the whole world. Follow me, and you will not be caught walking in the dark. You will have the light that gives life." The Pharisees objected. "You're the only one speaking for yourself. What you say isn't true." Jesus replied, "Even if I do speak for myself, what I say is true. I know where I came from and where I am going. But you don't know where I am from or where I am going. You judge in the same way that everyone else does. But I don't judge anyone. If I did judge, I would judge fairly, because I would not be doing it alone. The Father who sent me is here with me. Your law requires 2 witnesses to prove something is true. I am one of my witnesses, and the Father who sent me is the other one." "Where is your Father?" they asked. "You don't know me or my Father," Jesus answered. "If you knew me, you would know my Father." Jesus said this while he was still teaching in the place where the temple treasures were stored. But no one arrested him because his time had not yet come. Jesus also told them, "I am going away, and you will look for me. But you cannot go where I am going, and you will die with your sins unforgiven." The people asked, "Does he intend to kill himself? Is that what he means by saying we cannot go where he is going?" Jesus answered, "You are from below, but I am from above. You belong to this world, but I don't. This is why I have said that you will die with your sins unforgiven." "Who are you?" they asked Jesus. Jesus answered, "I am exactly who I told you at the beginning. There is a lot more I could say to condemn you, but the one who sent me is truthful, and I tell the people of this world only what I heard from him." No one understood that Jesus was talking to them about the Father. Jesus went on to say, "When you have lifted up the Son of Man, you will know who I am. You will also know that I don't do anything on my own. I say only what the Father taught me. The one who sent me is with me, and I always do what pleases him, and he will never leave me." After Jesus said this, many of the people put their faith in him. Jesus told the people who had faith in him, "If you keep on obeying what I have said, you are truly my disciples. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." They answered, "We are Abraham's children. We have never been anyone's slaves. How can you say that we will be set free?" Jesus replied, "I tell you for certain, that anyone who sins is a slave to sin. And slaves don't stay in the family forever, though the son will always remain in the family. If the Son gives you freedom, you are free. I know that you are from Abraham's family, yet you want to kill me because my message isn't really in your hearts. I am telling you what my Father has shown me, just as you are doing what your father taught you.